behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got a great interview coming up in just a moment. But before we begin, if you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button and bell button below you there. And you'll always be notified of any new episodes coming your way. And leave a comment on the comment section if you like, and we'd love to hear from you there. And if you pay attention to the description part of this interview as well as the closing credits, you're going to see contact info, so contact us if you like. We'd love to hear from you there as well, so stay tuned for that. From Johannesburg, South Africa today, we have Chera Lee, a very talented artist. I know you're going to agree, especially the song at the end. And we'll get to that in a second, but first, here's a quick word from the Caden Gordon Show, so don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
It is Caden from the Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. Check out my show at thecadengordonshow.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Johannesburg, South Africa, we have Chera Lee with us today. Thanks for joining us, Chera.
Thanks for having me, Paul.
Yeah, no problem. We're looking forward to, you being here, so I'm glad we got that opportunity. Well, tell us a little bit about how you decided you wanted to be an artist. I mean, some people want to be one since they were very little. Maybe they fell into it accidentally much later or whatever. But tell us your story. We'd love to hear yours.
Sure. So, from a young age, I loved music. My father was actually a guitar player. He used to do it as just part of having fun. He didn't do it professionally, but he always encouraged me to do something in music. He showed me the ropes, and I always say he used me as a party trick at the age of 7. When we had barbecues and friends would come over, he would say, "Okay, I'll give you 10 bucks, well, 10 rand, if you sing a song." And so I always joke and say I'm a professional singer from the age of 7. But I started very young. We always had family gatherings and sitting around the fire while frying meat and just having fun, singing songs together. My mom also used to sing, and my youngest brother also sings. My sister sings, and we're 4 children. And my sibling brother, just younger than me, he also plays guitar. So we're quite a musical family. And at the age of 13, I actually started singing professionally to audiences at venues, and I was also a promotional artist at certain franchise stores where I would used to set up my music system and do promotions and singing in between. And then at the age of around 20, when I was a student, you always, if you're a student, it's always cool to be part of a band. So I started a band with my brother. It was an alternative rock band. And that's where the bug of writing songs and the music scene and being involved in the music scene basically got hold of me. So yes, brought up as a musical in a musical family and just love music, and it's a passion. So yeah, that's the story.
Well, that's a great story, and I'm glad that you grew up with a musical family, and that helped encourage you to be an artist yourself. So that's always good there. What would you say your biggest influences are? Like the popular artists that you listen to when you're growing up. I'm sure you have a few that stand out in your mind.
Yes, I remember the early days when my dad used to go to work. He would leave the LPs at home because he used to work over weekends, and then I would sit with LPs from Neil Diamond, from Heart, from the Beatles, Rolling Stones, all these older Fleetwood Mac, one of my favorite bands. And most of it, I obviously incline or let's say, I like the female-fronted bands more, obviously, because I'm a female. and I love Ann Wilson of Heart. She's one of my favorite artists. I think her vocal capability is amazing. And Stevie Nicks, obviously, of Fleetwood Mac as well. great stage presence, and just getting to know the sounds and the way they used to sing things and the way how they performed on stage. It actually influenced the way I also perform on stage and how I sing. And I think these days the music that we get, like ladies like Lady Gaga and Pink, and they've got amazing vocals, and even the pop artists like Ariana Grande, amazing vocals. I think I get inspired about with their music as well. So yeah, it started at an early age. So music that's female fronted, always I try to I almost gravitate more towards that.
Mm. Yeah, you mentioned the Beatles. I think a lot of people were influenced by the Beatles. They were legends in their own right. So, and like you mentioned, more current artists, like Lady Gaga. I mean, she's very talented as well. And why don't you tell us how we can find your music? I mean, I'm sure it's on all streaming platforms, but are you on social media? Do you have an official website? Tell everybody about that so they can check you out there.
Yes, thanks, Van. So I am available on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, it's now X. Then yeah, and Threads and TikTok and everywhere on Chera Music SA, which is South Africa. And then you can also go to my website, but my website is currently under construction, but it's www.cheraleemusic.com. And then if you want to go listen to my music is available on all streaming platforms. You can go to Apple Music, YouTube Music. You can go to Spotify, Deezer, if you guys have it there as well. On most digital platforms, you can find the music. And if you want to go and join my YouTube channel, obviously, it's also at Chera Music. And then you can go listen to some of my songs in Afrikaans as well. I'm a bilingual artist, so that's one of our 11 official languages. It almost sounds Dutch. I don't know if you know Dutch. And but I think music is a universal language. So if you like music, maybe you'll like the Afrikaans music as well.
Yeah, that's true. And I know you won't be disappointed if you go to those streaming sites and social media sites and look up Chera Lee there. And I know she would love to hear from you. And Breaking Point is the name of the song we're going to be focusing on in just a moment. But tell us a little story about that song. We'd love to hear the story behind Breaking Point.
Oh, thank you, Paul. So the song I wrote about a year ago, I started with a melody on the guitar and just fiddling around, and I came up with a nice melody, and it was very rhythmic, or not rhythmic, more I don't know how to explain it, but it was a nice melody. I liked it. Okay. And then I decided I wanted, there was a lot of things that was happening in my life and in friends' lives around me. Some friends were going through divorce at that. So no worries. So the difficulties that you experience in life, everybody does. Everybody experiences difficult times in their lives, and they reach a breaking point. They reach a time where they just can't anymore. And I tried to write a song that basically encouraged people to just realize that the strength is inwards. It's in themselves. Sometimes you don't think you're strong enough to push through a difficult time, but you're actually strong enough to do that. And then sometimes most of the times that I've been through a difficult time, and you reach the end of it or the next day, you look back and you actually laugh about that. Or sometimes if it's more serious, you think, yes, you were stronger than when you actually thought, So it's actually an empowering anthem just to remind people that we are stronger than we think we are.
Okay. Well, I love the song. I've heard it a couple different times, and I love it every time I play it. I know you guys are going to love it too. And we're going to get to that in just a second. But Chera Lee, thank you so much for being on the show today. Come back anytime you want to plug something new. Maybe we'll have it back on sometime.
That would be awesome. Thank you for having me, and thank you to the listeners out there. I love that I can actually bring my music to America. That's amazing. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And here it is, Breaking Point by Chera. It begins right now.
I've gotta be strong, you gotta be strong and gotta move on. 'Cause I'm the one, yes, I'm the one that's managed to reach a ripping point. It's taken my time, all of my time. Am I chasing a lie? No matter how I try and I try, I've managed to reach a breaking point. Crash over me, and the deep blue is all I can see through the dark.